How do you start exercising when you have aches and pains? Hey, it's Peter here from Strong Healthy Women. So this is a really interesting topic today because one of the stats that I was reading is that 46% of women over the age of 50 um, are scared to exercise because they do have aches and pains, and yet it's very unusual for a woman over the age of 50 to actually not have aches and pains, because they really do start to show themselves in our bodies, you know, somewhere in our 40s. We start to feel that we're not as flexible as we used to be. We might go to pick up a bag off the ground, a handbag or something like that, or our shoes, and then all of a sudden we feel this little niggle in our back. But what happens is we tend to just go, oh, it's just a niggle, and we ignore it, and then what happens is that niggle potentially becomes worse and worse as time goes on, and then by the time we get into our 50s, we're really starting to notice those aches and pains. And so then we go, oh, well, hang on a minute, I can't exercise because I have those aches and pains. So the first thing that I'm going to say about this is it's really, really important that if you do have something that you're feeling in your body, that you go to your medical professional or your allied medical professional, and you actually seek some help and you find out exactly what you're dealing with. Is it just simply wear and tear on the body, or is there something else that is underlying? And when you know what that something else is, or whether it's just wear and tear, then you're better equipped to make that decision to go, well, hang on a minute, it is wear and tear. And if I actually learn how to exercise correctly and I set myself up in the right way, then what can potentially happen is I can start to feel better about myself, and potentially those aches and pains will start to subside. And look, that's one of the things that I do see in the Strong Healthy Women community. And so I wanted today to talk about Jenny. So she's our member spotlight in our community. And so what happened was she joined us originally during lockdown in Melbourne, because the weather down there at the time was not great for getting outside and walking, and she knew she wasn't going to actually do that. And she actually knew that she needed more than walking. And so what happened was she heard me talking about the slippery slope. So this is the things that we notice that we're doing that all of a sudden we're not able to do as well, like carrying our groceries. We might have carried 2 bags in one hand and now we're only carrying 1 bag. Those types of things. And she heard me talking about that on a live, and she messaged me and she said, I'm on that slippery slope, tell me more. And so we hooked up a bit of a Zoom call and we had a bit of a natter about what was going on with her, because she has hip issues and she has shoulder issues. And she had the diagnosis of what was going on. So we knew what we could and couldn't do. And so what happened was she said, okay, I'm going to give it a go. And I said, yep, okay, great, do that. And so she came and started working out with us. And she said the one thing that she noticed straight away was how she felt like she belonged, and that even though she wasn't in the same room, because we are online, she wasn't in the same room as everybody else. She actually felt like they were there and they were supporting her. And she said there was that little bit of fun and camaraderie. And she just really, really wanted to express that to me at the time on that day. The next thing that she said was that she found myself and Sue and Sal, who are the trainers, and by the way, we're all over 50, that we were all very knowledgeable and very caring and supportive. And so what happens is we understand all of these aches and pains, the wear and tear that happens in our body, because we're you, so we totally get it, right? And so what happens is we put together our program. So our Fit Flex is what we call it, and we put together our workout and we explain, here's the exercises, and we go through the various levels. So we have the basic, we have, level 2 and level 3. We don't really want to call them, advanced or beginners. So it's just level 1, 2, and 3. And then what happens is, because I'm aware of all of these aches and pains, I then break it down to provide alternate exercises. Particularly, we're really aware of women with pelvic floor issues and how we need to do exercises specifically for that. And so what happens is we break these exercises down so that it makes it easy for everybody to be able to participate in that same workout. However, they might be doing different levels, or they might be doing alternates, and all of us coaches are all across that all the time. And so what happens is we're able to support you through that. Now, what also is really important is what Jenny actually expressed that she felt after a few months of working out. And I'm just going to read this to you rather than me trying to be, verbatim about it. So she said, I'm now feeling more fitter, stronger, and I'm able to take on more challenges that these previous injuries had induced her feeling of panic and fear. So, that really makes a lot of sense to me when we think about that statistic that I shared with you. 46% of women are scared to exercise because of these aches and pains. So she was feeling quite panicked and fearful of it. And so what happened was she mentioned that when she started with us, she couldn't get down onto the floor, onto the exercise mat, as she calls it, and she couldn't get out of her bath without a lot of difficulty. If we fast forward it now, Jenny can get out of the bath, she can get down on the ground, and just recently she sent me an email telling me that she was up on a ladder cleaning out her top cupboards, and she hadn't been able to do that. And I've gone, oh, please stay safe if you're climbing ladders. That's for sure. But she's gone on to mention, with support and excellent coaching, this is now second nature to me. It's given me the confidence mentally as well as physically to return to activities, which she had just presumed she would never be able to do again. And so it has made a difference to my life and my daily activities. I mean, that just warms my heart, right? And Jenny's story is not alone. We hear stories like this all the time. So we become fearful and, as Jenny said, scared and panicked about the fact that we have these aches and pains and that we can't do something. But we can do something. It's just a matter of starting at the right point. And so, and the reason that I started thinking about this just recently was I'm writing a bit of a guide that I'm going to be giving away free. So when it's available, just send me a message if you're interested, and I can shoot you a copy of it, because I'm not quite ready, but I have actually written the guide. And so one of the things that I think that we take for granted is that how simple it can be to start helping ourselves. And we want to start with the fitness, what I call the fitness foundations, okay? And that's one of the specialty areas of Strong Healthy Women, is understanding, you know, how to get started. And so the first thing is just to understand your core, what it is, and how to use it. And so even something simple today, like you're sitting here listening to me, or maybe standing listening to me, or maybe you're walking as you're listening to me. But if you just stand up tall and draw your belly button through to your spine, and then think about that you're pulling on a pair of jeans and you're doing up that zipper. So you lift it. What you're then doing is you're engaging these core muscles, okay, your transverse abdominis, which is only one part of the group of muscles that make up your core. And what you're then doing is you're becoming taller in your body. You're taking more control over your movements. You don't have this disconnect between your upper and your lower body. You don't have this hunching that's going on. That happens because we're sitting at our desk, or we're sitting looking at phones, or reading books, or, you know, crocheting, or all the likes. And so we're actually then really, really engaged in taking control. And if you can just become more conscious today and each and every day about using these muscles, then you'll start to feel your body become stronger in itself. Now, we do have a 5-day Stronger Core, Stronger Body challenge that I run, and the next one's not until May. I just had to have a look. But if you're interested, I will put up a link. So just message me. I'll send you a link that you can just click on, and it will put you on my wait list for when that comes up in May. Because it's really important to start with these fitness foundations, and that's the very first place you want to go to. So it is about stability or flexibility, depending on what we're talking about. So in this instance, it's stability. And so what happens is when we start an exercise program, we go straight to step 2. Step 2 is strength. Okay, we have this tendency to want to skip the first part of it, which is stabilize the body, and we'll just go in and we'll just get it done, and we'll go straight to the strength work, whatever that means, whether that's cardio, whether that's lifting weights or the likes. And then from there we want to move into that next stage, which is the power. So it is a 3-step approach to becoming stronger in your body, and you want to start with the foundations. And that is the best piece of advice that I can give you today, is to just simply start to be aware of your body, and, you know, just every maybe hour or so, or maybe every time you get up to go to the bathroom, just simply draw your belly button in, zip it up, relax your shoulders, relax your neck, so don't put any tension in your body, and then start to use those muscles a little more, and that's going to get you started. So have a fantastic day today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please, please, please leave me some comments below. Tell me what you liked. Tell me if you want more, and I'll certainly be able to help you with that. So take care, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye now.